Good morning, world. Hey, what's up, everybody out there? It's your boy FRE$H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's one word, THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why. Just check out the channel. I'm gonna give you a little brief info about Brazil, Carnival, the women, the parties, the activities, and everything that I guess you guys probably search for online, because I used to search for it all the time. I used to search online for like how would it be as a black man coming from the hood of Newark, New Jersey, or a black man coming from the urban area, to go over you the relatable story. So here it is. I'm going to give you a little story about my trips and my travels to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I also went to Sao Paulo, Brazil, but for this video, we'll keep it specific to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil during the time of Carnival. Just so you know, if you are inquiring about going, you feel a little bit more comfortable, because you at least have somebody who should be relatable that can tell you a little bit about what occurs, well, what he experienced when he went there, which is me. I guess I gotta follow the YouTube algorithms, because YouTube says about like 90% of my subscribers are like men or people that watch my videos, which is weird. But because I'm more of a traveler, but it's cool. So I'm gonna start with you guys, with us, man. Listen, know your worth, King. I know that's a crazy thing to start off with, but listen. In Brazil, there are both pros, and for those who don't know what a pro is, it's a woman who wants monetary compensation for their time, and there are a lot of girlfriends, women who want time for their time. In Brazil, depending on how long you're going to go for during the duration of Carnival, you're going to pay a lot of money for a lot of people to stay somewhere for a long period of time. So if you're going to stay for a long time, if you're going to stay for a short time, rather, you want to maximize your time at the most. Now, if you're going to stay there for a month, maybe you may have a different outlook. But when it comes to women, I don't specifically believe in just having pros, because pros don't always give you the girlfriend vibe, even though in Brazil they sometimes do. They don't always give you the girlfriend vibe, but at the same token, if you're not going to be there for long, you don't want to spend all your time just trying to converse with one woman. Now, the women in Brazil are very attractive. They're probably the most attractive women I've seen in 14 different countries that I've been to, all throughout Europe, South America, North America, Iceland. They're probably the most attractive. When I say the most attractive, I mean the girls that are 11s in Brazil are more attractive than any woman I've seen ever. Now, if I wanted to say who has the most quality women in the world, I would say as far as highest good looking average, I would say go to Colombia. But here we are talking about Brazil women, and Brazil women are nice. Now, I met a woman there specifically, and of course I don't do names because I like to tell stories. But the woman I spent about 10 hours with, just getting to know her. Now, fellas, if you really want to find something that's outside of a pro or a woman who wants monetary value for their money, for their time, you're gonna have to practice Portuguese for at least 4 to 5 months before you go. You have to know conversational Portuguese, because if you don't know conversational Portuguese, stick with the pros, because you're gonna be wasting your time, and your time is more valuable than your money when you're going somewhere like out of the country and you're from a different country. So when I got there, I got there on a Friday night or Thursday night, and I ended up coming across a lot of different women that was like approaching me, and I was like, wow, this is weird. Like, it's a bunch of women approaching me, and like, not all of them are pros. Once again, a pro is one of solicited things. Now, I'm accustomed to it in America, but the flirtatiousness and the aggressiveness of how they were walking up to me was like, oh, this is cool. And that's as far as women. I can go more into detail. If you leave a comment, I'll answer your question. If you want to go more detail, you can see some of the women that I'm showing in the back of the video, in the video back that you can see, and I can go more into detail about that. As far as activities, I'll give you a summary of some prices that I can towards the end. So if you want to stick around to the end of the video, towards the end, I'll give you a summary of some of the prices. but I don't want to get it misconstrued with the actual telling of the story of how it was. So when it comes to activities, there's so much you can do. You can go to see Christ the Redeemer, which is like everyone knows is the number one thing to see in Brazil for Rio de Janeiro for tourists around the world. Is I believe it's one of the 7 or 8 wonders of the world, of the modern world, and it's breathtaking. That's definitely a good word for it. I mean, good phrase for it, breathtaking, because of the point of how high it is off above sea level, and just the area, how like it makes you wonder like how did they get this statue all the way up here? Did they build this statue while it was up here, or did they actually carry it from somewhere? Because it's a huge statue, and there's a lot of people that go. Now, I took 2 train cars to get there. When I say cars, I mean the cars that ride on the line. You'll see me inside of the car, like looking around, showing you right now, probably. But it's like a train. I call it it's probably named for it, but zip line cars, whatever it is, zip car, but or trolley. But it wasn't as nervous as you would think it would be, because you would think it would like shake or something like that, but it wasn't shaking. It was steady. It was very easy to get on. And it was very inexpensive. I think the whole trip cost about to get to from Sugarloaf to Christ the Redeemer was about like $30. Now, when you get up to the top in the middle, when you get in the middle, there's a stop. Now, when you get in the middle, there's a stop that explains how the train cars work and how they operate and how long they've been going. And they got a little like movie that's playing behind a movie that's playing behind like some red curtains, which is not really curtains, like drawstrings, but it's cool. And the souvenirs not that expensive. It's not souvenirs not that expensive either. I mean, so when you get to the top, you get to take pictures next to Christ the Redeemer. But there's so many people there. I've been there in the morning and at night, or before they close at like 6. But and it's always been packed. It's always packed at Christ the Redeemer. Another activities that there are is you can go to Ipanema Beach. You can go to Lebanon Beach. You can go to Red Beach, which is close to the Christ the Redeemer statue, or you can go to Copacabana. Yeah, Copacabana is all right. This is how I'm going to break down the beaches for you guys, because I mean I know a lot of people tell you, oh, they're beautiful, but let me break down the beaches from my perspective. Ipanema is a beach that usually has a lot more like college students and more tourists, and there's a little bit more like expensive things over there, but it's going to be, I think, a wilder experience as far as if you're going there to party and you're going there, the beach part. If you're going there to party, you want to see maybe like women in nice bikinis, and you want to flirt or something like that. I would say Ipanema might be that place. At the same token, Copacabana looks better. The beach looks better to me, and but I mean, it's more of a family environment. It's like you're gonna find all type of women in Copacabana during like Carnival, because it's so many people. It's family people there. It's hot women. It's tourists. It's everything. And I believe it's bigger maybe, but it's more. You'll have a fun time in either one you go. But depending on what you're going for, would depend on which one you want to go to first, because you definitely want to do both of them. As far as the partying, since I'm going to go from that to partying, the partying there during Carnival, there are clubs and activities that you will want to check in advance to see if you can book them, not book them, but know about them. Because if you don't get there on time or you don't have tickets, you won't get in. Like being American, I thought, oh, you know what? I don't have a ticket. It's okay. I'll buy a ticket here when I get there. I get there, the bouncer didn't want to let me in. I'm like, what's going on? All right, let me buy a ticket. He's like, no, tickets are sold out. So I try to bribe him. I'm like, yo, listen, bro, what's up, man? I got 20 right here. He was like, no, you can't get in. I got 40 right here. He's like, no, you can't get in. I'm like, yo, I'm not spending more than $50. Here's 50. Get me in. And he was like, no. So, and I was dressed pretty fly. I mean, I had my little all white on with the Miami's South Beach sneakers on. It was dope. I was dressed, so I was dressed the part. I had pants. I mean, like jean pants on. I mean, I was dressed the part, so I know it wasn't that. And so I know if you don't have your ticket, it's going to be hard to get in. So you want to do your research before you get down there, at least 3 months, to see what activities they're going to have during the carnival time. Of course, there's clubs that you can go to, different DJs that play, but you want to make sure you get to one of the major DJs events, because there's going to be like 3 major DJs that everyone's going to go to. As far as cost because I'm nearing the 10-minute mark. I'm just trying this whole I'm trying this different one out because I'm trying this different strategy out where I actually talk a little bit more. Because if you see in my videos, I don't really talk that much. I just let you show it, and then hope that you want to go and see yourself. But I'm trying to talk a little bit more, so I'm gonna try to make this a little bit short, maybe like 15 minutes at the max. But I'm gonna give you a little bit about the prices. All right, so now flight. If you want to get on a flight, I'm in the New York area, so for me it might be a little bit cheaper. For you, it might be a little bit more depending on where you're at. But on average, if you book a flight 2 days before Carnival starts, and and you return 2 days after Carnival ends, you'll get a price range between $600 and $900, which is a decent price during Carnival to go to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Well, from the East Coast. If you're just trying to get a ticket, it's gonna on a regular days, it's probably gonna cost you about $900 to maybe $1,100, depending on how far away you book it. I would go to Travelocity because Travelocity usually has the lowest price, and they usually guarantee the lowest price. So if you don't, I would try to stay between Travelocity and Google Flights because they could track the flight for like a month before you buy it to see how it moves and what days are cheaper. So that flight, let's say the flight's about 900. Then you're gonna want food. Food is about $5, but see, it's a $5 plate will get you a lot of food, and they get you something to drink, and then they get you like like a little piece of bread or something to go with it, which is pretty much all you need. All I need, and I eat a lot, so it's probably good for you too. Food is like $5 each meal, so you're gonna eat 3 times 5 is 15. You're gonna eat maybe you spend about $20 a day on food max. In the clubs, the drinks they're not expensive at all. You might pay $1 for a beer. You might pay $3 for a shot of something, but rarely will you pay more than $5 for any kind of alcohol in any kind of party if it's not all inclusive at that. So that covers. Let's say you go out every night. You're there for 5 days. You go out every night. You might want to bring let's say $30 per party. So you're $150 for parties for 5 nights. $150 plus the flight is $900, $1,050. All right, so you got $1,050. Now you want to look for a place to stay. Airbnb, Airbnb, Airbnb. That's all I'm going to say. When I first went there wasn't Airbnb, but there was something similar to Airbnb, which was actually it was Airbnb. I just didn't check. But it was something similar that was like a housing company that did things like Airbnb, where I rented out an apartment. The apartment I rented out was $1,000 for 5 days. Now here's the thing where I keep saying Airbnb, 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 because if you book your hotel during Carnival time, most likely you're going to pay $400 a night. And then, fellas, if you want to bring a woman to your hotel, it's going to be either another fee for another person, or they're not going to allow you to bring a woman to your hotel. Now, women don't make the trip. Yes, I know this. And over time, maybe women gets boring, but it's fun still. You're going to want to bring a woman back to your hotel room. So you're going to want to, back to where you're staying. So you're going to want to get an Airbnb, because at least an Airbnb is a lot less, hassle to enjoy your time. I would say the appropriate time to stay, Airbnb will run you $1,000. For me, around $1,000. So let's say we got the $150 for drinks to cover you drinks throughout your 5 days there. You're gonna have a $900 flight. That's $1,050 plus your Airbnb. It's going to be somewhere between $800 and $1,000. It might be $1,100 now. So in total, you're talking $2,200 for your whole trip, minus activities if you like pros. So I would say for Rio de Janeiro, I would bring $2,500 for Carnival. And you said it's a lot, but $2,500 should cover you for Carnival. That's flight, airfare, drinks, parties, because usually all the parties are free, or if they pay $5. Drinks, parties, and maybe some extracurricular activities. But let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I'll answer them, and I went over 15 minutes, but it's my first try, so thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and let me know what you think. Hey yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy FRE $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way, all platforms. I know y'all looking like, hey yo, what is Flyboy doing? I know there's another part to these videos. Yes, but unfortunately I had to put them behind the paywall because my #1 video, The Black Man's Got to Cartagena, was taken off. And you guys know when I like to tell a story, I like to tell a story the way it is. I don't like to hold stuff back that others may find offensive. And unfortunately, we cannot do that anymore on most platforms. So until I create my website, I had to put all of the rest of the guides that you're going to see in the full version behind the membership. Eventually, I will create a website, and it will be free just for the guides. I have about 12 different guides right now, or 15 different guides right now. I don't know, a lot. So you can subscribe to the membership. I made it only $5 because I think that stops it from being a major issue with YouTube. It's, I guess, something that we kind of worked out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope this helped you. That's the reason why I made these videos PG and put them back on for the whole public to see, because I think with information comes safety. And if you get the information, it can help you stay safe when you travel the world. It's your boy FRE $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why. Just check out the channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.